Everyone, just doing a closing update on gold. Interesting day today. It's the end of the month, so going to be a critical time for gold. First of all, I've added our range relativity study. Each time frame is represented by a different color. So our weekly bullish and bearish levels are represented by this yellow. So the weekly bearish this week is at 1256.4 and the bullish is at 1279.8. Interesting that also coincides with the monthly bullish level there. So we've got a strong zone on a pivot basis right there at 1280. It's a double level. So one of the things that's been in my mind for quite some time now is this negative slingshot mode. Now that happens when this upper bullish quarterly pivot moves above this yearly pivot, and what it means is that the market has the potential for a sharp move lower. You can see over this quarter we got this move down here, and we've still got this relationship in play. So ultimately, gold could be moving a lot lower here. In the here and now, however, there is an upward bias. We'll notice for the last 3 weeks, actually, we've been closing above these weekly bullish levels on a weekly closing basis, so suggesting higher. We did try and take on that weekly pivot, and it acted as support nicely last week. So I guess at the moment, when I look at what it's saying, particularly when I look at these uptrends across time down here, we've got quite a few time frames from daily 480 and 240 minute trending up, and there's just no downtrends to the downside. So in the short term, it does appear gold's got a little bit left in the upside, but I'm extremely wary about this puppy up here at the top, which usually indicates lower. So if we now add our intraday closing studies and our long-term qualified high-low resistances, we'll see what that's telling us. Okay, so what that's telling us is we've also got a weekly closing resistance up there at 1279-ish. Interesting that, because this is one of those textbook moves where price, weekly support is created. So what I mean by that, I mean this yellow line here, it drops under price, creating resistance, and then the market heads back up to the equal and opposite other time frame. Now, obviously, in the way it had this daily time frame here, this green one, and once again, it's got this monthly level here, but it's trying to get back up to this 1280 level. So gold has paused at a monthly resistance. In the short term, there are signs of continued move up, but we have about 3 different levels in different time frames saying that 1279 to 1280 is quite a strong level on a weekly closing basis. So look for a failure at this 1278 level. If we happen to take that out, then we're looking at 1295 followed by 1307.8. Now, immediately on the downside, what we'd like to see is the market closing under 1249.7 on a daily basis to open up 1211.9, and ultimately then we do have other levels below, particularly 1189 to 1199. If I can just find my, here we go. So there's levels at 1199 and then 1189, 1186.7. So first things first, however, let's see if gold can fail at the 1280 area we mentioned just here, because that's the confluence of weekly closing level and also that raft of range relativity pivots. So I'll be looking for any sell signals appearing around this 1278.5 zone, and I'm mindful of this negative quarterly slingshot mode, which can push gold lower. Ultimately, however, as long as gold can hold this 1152 area, I think gold is going higher longer term on a yearly closing basis. So I hope that helps, and I'll chat to you tomorrow.